Hi, good morning. So today I want to update on the LoongFire open source firewall WireGuard virtual private network setup. So today I'm going to demo virtual private network to virtual private network collection. So yeah, so here is the setup. So again, this is a LoongFire on the LoongArch CPU, and this is a BPFire on the X86 firewall. So both of them are working as a firewall, and so this BPFire, it has a connection to this switch, and then this switch has a red cable connected to this iMac. Okay, so this iMac will have internet access through the BPFire firewall, and this iMac will have internet access through the LoongFire firewall. Okay, so now what if I wanted to connect to this iMac through VPN, through virtual private network? So thinking about if you have two offices, right? One office has a BPFire firewall, another office has a LoongFire firewall, but you want to collect the BPFire office network to the LoongFire office network with a private network connection over the public internet. Then you would use WireGuard as a VPN solution. So I'm going to demonstrate that scenario today. So let's look at our diagram here first. So this is the new diagram. Okay. So again, this is a BPFire. It has iMac connected to the BPFire, and then goes to the internet. Okay. So this is the iMac to the BPFire, and then we have LoongFire. We have LoongFire that has this iMac, which is this guy. This iMac will connect it to this LoongFire, and then go to the internet. Okay. So, but what if I want to connect it to this iMac to this iMac through a VPN tunnel, through a virtual private network, through this BPFire all the way to the LoongFire and then to the iMac. So virtually I just draw a tunnel here. It's like virtually both firewall has a virtual tunnel, and then they collect both local network together. Okay, so the end result is from this iMac, I want to ping this iMac, and then I want to see if I can SSH from this iMac to this iMac. By the way, this iMac runs the Ubuntu, so it has SSH server remote login services on. Okay, so here is the diagram, and now we go to the BPFire and the LoongFire WebUI management. Okay, so before we set the VPN up, let's just do a a simple pin test here. Okay, so again, this guy is go to the internet through the BPFire. It has a local network IP address 1.20. Okay, it's actually 1.24 or 1.29, either way. But we want to pin another IMAC 192.68.9.10. So we pin right now. It doesn't work because there is no VPN set up. There is no virtual private network set up between the two subnet. And again, let's show our diagram here. So I just pin from this IMAC to this IMAC. This IMAC has IP address .10, and the network does not work because we have not set up the virtual private network between these two subnet through the firewall. Okay, so now let's go to the WebUI of LoongFire. So this is a LoongFire. Let's go Wireguard, and here is how we set that up. So yeah, just so you know, first we set up the net-to-net VPN configuration on this LoongFire. Okay, and let's do that. So this is our LoongFire, and okay, the title LoongFire firewall, and let's click add here. Okay, yeah, so here we click add. Okay, now we can choose the net-to-net. Okay, let's get closer. Net-to-net virtual private network. Click add. So here we input the value, and let's say let's say net to BPFire. Okay, and make the mark net to BPFire. Okay, endpoint address. So here is so we are configuration the net-to-net peer on the LoongFire. So the endpoint address would be the BPFire's public IP address, which is 232. So okay, let me show you the diagram here. So we are set up the peer-to-peer net-to-net peer on this LoongFire. This LoongFire has public IP 10.0.0.229, and this BPFire has public IP 10.0.0.0.232. When we set up net-to-net peer to this BPFire, we will use the endpoint address 232. Okay, let's go to our browser. So 232, And local subnet, that's the LoongFire local green network subnet, which is 192.168.9.0. Okay, let's look at the diagram. So LoongFire has a local green network subnet 192.168.9.0. So it's automatically populated here when we set up the net-to-net peer. So here in the remote subnet, that is a BPFire green network subnet, which is 172.168.1.0 to the net mask. Okay, so that's all, and we click create, and here we needed to download the configuration. So which is we just click the download configuration, and here is we just downloaded this configuration, net to bpfire.com. Okay, so we click done, and it shows the new configuration, net to BPFire peer. It is here is the new peer net to peer net to BPFire configuration disconnected, right? Because we needed to set import the configuration we just downloaded on the BPFire. So this is our BPFire firewall, and we go to the services, Wireguard, and now we need in the same way we need to add. Okay, so now we are in the add. Instead of create this guy, we just click the import a collection, right? So just import a collection, add, and then let's give a name. The import peer, we say just the net to LoongFire. Okay, and the remarks, net to LoongFire, and then here we choose with the configuration file we just downloaded from the LoongFire configuration. So here is the configuration we just configured and downloaded from the LoongFire firewall. Click open, and we just choose the file. Now we put the local subnet. So our local subnet is 192. Our local subnet 172.116.1.0 255.255.255.0. Okay. So again, this is on BPFire local subnet. Let's look at diagram here. BPFire local subnet 172.116.1.0/24, right? So that's why here we put that's our local subnet. Okay, so then we just click import. All right, now we have imported the configuration, And you can see immediately here, net to LoongFire, the collection status is collected, right? Okay, so this is very straightforward, simple configuration from the WebUI. Just with mouse click, we finished the configuration. Now let's do the network test. Okay, so previously we cannot ping this IP address, and now we should be able to ping, right? So now the network is working. Remember previously when we ping this guy, request timeout, right? But now we finished the configuration. The network is working now, and we can also SSH into the IP address here. Right? So not only ping works, also SSH, and this is SSH. This iMac, I SSH in is this iMac, right? And we can. I can show you that is the right iMac. Say exit. I show. Right? 192.168.9.10, right? So that's this iMac. Right? And here is the iMac, Vincent iMac, right? So it works, and we can according to the diagram. Let's open up the diagram here. Our diagram. Huh? Oh, let's. This is our diagram, and let's see what a WireGuard setup look like. So here you see I have a WG3 interface on the BPFire, and on the LoongFire there is also a WG3 tunnel interface, and we can look at the setup. So this is let's look up here first. So this is our BPFire, and we can let's WG show. See here. Here is for the net-to-net peer setup. We have an interface on the BPFire WG3, listening on local port 61603, and and the IP address, the peer endpoint IP address is the LoongFire. Listening port 61341. Okay, we can also so let's also look at our LoongFire. So this is a LoongFire. Okay, and now we can see they match each other. So on LoongFire we also have a WG3 tunnel interface, listening on local port 61341, and if you will look at the LoongFire 6134, if we look at the BPFire, it matches the LoongFire listening port, right? This is a peer This is LoongFire 61341, and this is LoongFire local listening port 61341, right? So also on the LoongFire, it has peer, the BPFire as a peer with a listening port 61603. And also on this BPFire, it has a 61603 listening. So they match each other, right? And also for the subnet, this is a LoongFire peer subnet. And this is a BPFire peer subnet, right? So they match each other, and everything is set up automatically with just a configuration from the WebUI, no command line operation. And so I think the IPFire did a great work to develop this WebUI, this firewall WebUI feature to set up the WireGuard. Yeah, huge credit to them. And so that I can backport this feature to BPFire, and also backport this feature to the LoongFire. And yeah, so great job for the IPFire team. And so here we refresh, see here, let it to BPFire is collected. And yeah, so as I said, if you have two office, you want a two office local network has their private virtual network collection over the public internet with the collection encrypted, secured, and you can use you can run IPFire or BPFire or LoongFire. You know, well, if you have a LoongArch CPU, you can run LoongFire, or if you have a X86 Intel X86 server, you can run BPFire or IPFire. And yeah, it's very simple, easy to set up. And yeah, that's what I wanted to show today. Thank you.